I'm Skolo Sengi and thank you for joining me tonight on Hotspot. On tonight's lineup, with the inclusion of Nusana Pokana and the recall of Kilapala and John Reva in the Barramundis team, we bring you the highlights of the 17-day Sri Lankan tour. In AFL, Bam Drew, AFL's Asia Pacific Development Officer, gives us an update on the development of AFL in the country as we join two young lads from KVN in the Under-16 Binatangs team. In Rugby League, we catch up with Kathy Niap, League Belong Life Game Development Officer. Still on Rugby League, leading up to the launch of the 2014 Digicel Cup, the Prima Gulf Isapeo was proud to be the first club to welcome 4 new faces from Fiji to the team.
Saprea Giants, all of the Giants, I welcome you to this occasion this morning.
And we also bring you highlights of the Port Moresby Softball League Men's Finals. The Barramundis, with their recent success of achieving one-day international status, were looking forward to a 17-day tour to Sri Lanka as another stepping stone and further match experience for all players selected. Nusana Pokana was named among the 14-member team to the Sri Lankan tour. The lad from Kalo in the Central Province showed great prospects in the Under-19 World Cup this year. In the absence of national captain Chris Amini, Garen Jones, Chris Kent and Mahurudai, Kilapala and John Reva were also recalled into the squad to lead the boys alongside Deputy Jack Vare.
In Game 1, PNG started off slowly when opening pair Tony Ura and Lega Siaka put on 28 runs for the opening stand before Lega was dismissed LBW. Barras had a bad day with the bat as they were bowled out for 138 inside 37 overs. Tony and Asad Vala paired up and pushed the score to 58 before Tony was caught for 32. That sparked a collapse as the Barras were soon in a spot of bother at 8 out for 97 runs. John Boge and Norman Vanua put a gracious partnership on 29 runs under pressure to push the score to 136, but they were bowled out for 138 runs inside 37 overs. It was a much improved batting display in the third match, but bowlers weren't able to close down the match as the hosts handed the Barras their third loss on their tour. The Sri Lankan batting came out firing as they raced to 69 runs in 10 overs. PNG fielding was unexpectedly off as 2 vital catches for their top scorers, Solomon and Yasoda, were dropped when their scores were 16 and 10 respectively. PNG bowlers found the going tough with Willie Gavera. Norman Vanua picked up 2 wickets each. Despite bowling first, Barras were bowled out for 226 and were dismissed with 7 overs remaining. China Harbour Barras batsmen set up mammoth victory, recording their second success victory after their batsmen posted a mammoth score of 322, and their bowlers backed it up with a disciplined bowling effort to bowl the hosts out for 173 in the 44th over. PNG Barramundis captain lost the toss and was sent in to bat, a decision regretted by the SL captain as the PNG Barramundi players came out with guns blazing. PNG were in strife early on when they lost previous match Centurion Asad Vala cheaply for 5 and was soon followed by Lega Siaka and Tony Ura to be in trouble at 4 out for 38 runs in the 9th over. With the big target on the board, the PNG bowlers started off their defence well as they took wickets regularly to bowl out the Sri Lankan development side out for 173 in the 44th over. The Barramundis ended their tour on a high after recording their third victory on the jog in their last match against the Sri Lanka select side that boasted Sri Lankan international off-spinner Akila Dhananjaya. They finished the tour with 4 wins out of the 7 games as they fought back strongly after 3 successive defeats.
We go for our first break, and on the other side, we bring you more on the development of AFL and Rugby League in the country. Welcome back. In their efforts to tap into the large pool of football talent in the country, AFL PNG's new kick program has been rolled out in Port Moresby and other centres throughout the country. AFL's Asia Pacific Development Officer Ben Drew was in the country and gives us an update on the development of the code in the country. And we also catch up with two young lads from the under-16 Binatangs.
We have all our new kick programs are on the way. Last year we had our national championships, which then we had picked all our academy squads and tour squads for the year. Next week on Thursday, or this Thursday coming, the under-16 Coca-Cola Binatangs head down to Brisbane and they're competing in the South Pacific Cup to defend their title. They'll be playing against New Zealand and Oceania. That's happening there. Then we have in June and July we'll be head down with the under-14s Coca-Cola Binatangs as well. Obviously senior football today has got on the way with the pre-season competition, and then in 3 weeks time we start our competition for the season proper. And at the end of the year, obviously it's an international cup year, so the senior Mosquitoes will be travelling down to Melbourne to represent PNG in the AFL World Cup.
During his visit to the country, Ben Drew equips himself with a pool of information on the development on AFL in the country.
Connie in the southern region is doing a fantastic job tidying things up in Moresby, and we have around 5,000 kids this term competing or participating in the new kick program. We're heading around to 2-3 schools a day. They're seeing about 500 kids a day, so they're doing a marvellous job in conjunction with everyone involved in our organisation and the volunteers in the schools. So there is a lot of football going on, and then also in Lay, the boys up in Lay, Elliot started in Lay his competitions, and they got their pre-season for senior football, and their new kick programs are going ahead. We're certainly working hard towards getting our first AFL player to come directly out of Papua New Guinea, and we're working very hard towards that. We have good support from our NGOs, Murray Stopes, and our healthcare side of things. So part of our new kick program is that we get involved with those guys and bring them along, and not only teach the kids football, but teach the kids life skills as well. So the support on that level has been fantastic. We're really pushing that very hard, that you don't have to be, we want you to be the best footballer you can, but we certainly want you to be the best person you can for your family, for your village, for your, for where you're from. We want you to be the best person that you can be.
Showing great prospects, two young lads from the New Ireland province have been selected in the under-16 Binatangs team, who departed the country today to Coffs Harbour to defend the South Pacific Cup. Both young men are among the fresh faces in the team. Although composed, the two Binatangs are grateful in their selection and hope to do their team proud.
I prefer to play right forward flank, but minusaway one position ball puti melo play lo. Now, fantastic.
And first time selection.
First time me lo selection to na. Me almost to play. Now, my goal is to defend our title. My boys winning last year.
Position misa play lo Kevin time stop Kevin and misa play full back. But time come le minus one position awan play. Meeting time lo training obalikum plan na ben putin pa lo position.
So now Mr. Inside lo big lo pathway same encourage me more lo some attitude na behavior inside lo. Misa mo big plus something to lo. Isla pathway.
Mitchell second born sister me mita sa play, but na go lose interest now no play mo. Musem think na talent so no play mo, but me still play. Tami during competition am play na musem if me play musem game hard league lo sem play because game lo sem needing physical fitness. Isla me play hard, but still try best play me to go na me same.
I like AFL because it's interesting. It's kind of like it's more boy go more we experiencing somebody can experiences life view na boy travel. So yeah, that's why I like it.
And we wish the Binatangs all the best in the South Pacific Cup that will kick off tomorrow in Coffs Harbour. Still on the code of football, PNG NRL's League Belong Life program is proud to have the recent appointment of Kathy Niap as the Game Development Officer. Women throughout the country have been breaking boundaries in both the workforce and in the sporting arena. Many have climbed up the corporate ladder, and others have been the driving force, the backbone of every household and public figure. Kathy Niop, a young lass from Enger province, grew up watching her brothers, uncles and male relatives play the game she loved most, rugby.
I feel really great about it. It's a first time thing in the country, and I'm privileged to be here as a game development officer, and also to prove to others that ladies can take up this role as well.
Without a competition for women in the nation's capital, Kathy took up rugby union, a code where she has prospered throughout the years. Her recent appointment as Game Development Officer in PNG NRL's League for Life program, Kathy had the opportunity to meet the Prime Minister of Australia, Tony Abbott, on his official visit to the country last month and be part of a determined team to mould young citizens of the country through rugby league.
The school students, they really psyched up about this program. They're looking forward to it, the League for Life program. The kids, every time they see us going, they'll be like rugby. They're all really psyched up to learn the basics of rugby league. And since rugby is a traditional sport for the country, the kids are really happy that we are bringing this program.
Kathy is part of the 70% of women who are coordinators of the rollout of the League Belong Life program, which promotes key messages of the importance of education and respect.
I feel really great about it. It's a first time thing in the country, and I'm privileged to be here as a game development officer, and also to prove to others that ladies can take up this role as well.
We'll go for another break, and on the other side, still on Rugby League, the Gulf Isapayas welcome 4 new recruits this week from Fiji. If you've just joined us, you're watching Hotspot. As part of an ongoing relationship, the local hub of Kerma is the sister city to Ba in Fiji. Governor Havila Kavo, alongside the Gulf Isapayas Board of Directors, management team, coaching staff and players were proud to welcome 4 new members into their team this week in time to the commencement of the 2014 Digicel Cup.
Head coach for Prima Gulf Isapaya Bobby Ako was eager and most certainly looking forward to the arrival of the 4 Fijian recruits at the Port Moresby Jacksons International Airport yesterday. As part of a provincial government agreement with the Gulf Province and Ba Province of Fiji, it is understood that this is the first kind of sporting exchange between the sister provinces.
One of the relationship is to exchange of Gulf with the Ba province. One play initiative and kisim nangan and tran kisim is la popular players come.
The inclusion sees the Isapayas as the first club in the Digicel Cup to import players outside PNG. With 3 forwards and a utility, the team is very much so looking forward to an interesting and much more competitive season. As the club also welcomes a number of debutants, the transition of the 4 Fijian imports into the team should be a comfortable move.
I'll try my best to play hard, help my family, and also for my future.
Although home seems a long way from PNG, the boys are determined and focused on playing semi-professional football to the best of their abilities. Prior to the commencement of the Digicel Cup this coming weekend, the Isapayas defeated Kerema Town in a trial match over the weekend at Calgary in Port Moresby, securing an impressive victory of 48-4.
The decision of inclusive of a contract is a professional way of developing a code also in a country. And in so doing, I believe 4 places in the club has been reserved for the contract players, while the 26 will be restricted to the local players. And so which means the others who may not have a place in this competition will be playing for the feeder club of Sapea, which is Cabo West, and the local club in the province.
And I'm sure the Fijian lads will boost the Easter Pairs forward pack.
AP Engineering Company has donated 10,000 kina to sponsor the golf national titles to be held in Port Moresby over the Easter weekend. As the only major sponsor for the national titles, tournament director Andy Stocks was pleased to have AP Engineering on board for the first time.
Oh, very much so, and it's very appreciated that AP have come to the fore to sponsor the national titles over the Easter weekend.
Mr. Stocks also announced that this will be the first competition for participants to be recognised for selection for the 2015 Pacific Games. Boasting a total of 150 participants this year, the Royal Port Moresby Golf Club will see its second year as the tournament hosts. Defending contestants Brian Takiri and Christine Seiko are well prepared and looking to retain their titles as the national title champions this year.
We go for a few short messages, and after the break, we bring you highlights of the Port Moresby Softball League men's finals over the weekend. Before we wrap things up tonight, we join finalists Gazelle and United Brothers coaches and highlights of the Port Moresby Softball League Men's Grand Final.
We did well, but just betting let us down, and we feel it okay, but just the betting that the boys drinking. During the week preparation was okay, training, feeling, betting, but I guess on that day we didn't just click. We'll be back stronger. It's a good experience for the boys. Some of the boys like it's a good experience for the final. So next day we'll come next.
Performance today is to build up the last weekend's game. And I'm pretty sure the boys got off on the right foot, given the fact that we were prepared well for this game. And it's a well-deserved win for the boys. I salute my boys for the hard work, both on and off the diamond, especially at training. So all credit goes back to the management, plus the boys and the coach as well.
I can't describe it, it's a very surreal feeling that we've got at the moment. We've been trying for the last 4 years, and this is the first time that we've bagged the title, and it's unbelievable, as you can see, our supporters and everybody.
We've come to the end of another great show. A reminder that if you have any sports stories that you'd like us to feature on Hotspot next week or during the year, please drop us an email at emtv.com.pg, visit our Facebook page, or drop by to 2nd floor Garden City and ask for either Jeremy, Godwin, Lorraine, or myself, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Now let's take a look at our weekend draws. Jonah, Sammy, Levi, and Netava will surely boost the Easter Pairs forward pack in this year's Digicel Cup. And in golf, AP Engineering comes on board for the 2014 Golf National titles. Coming off another loss over the weekend against the Jets, the Hunters will be lurking for a win against Tweed Heads at the Callabond Oval in Kokopo. Coach Michael Marum is assertive of the boys to tighten up on mental toughness and ball security. The Digicel Cup also kicks off this weekend in Kokopo and Mendi. As announced during the week, The two-pool format opens the chances for more teams to play for sports come the final showdown. And in Game 10 of the Telecom National Soccer League, in Port Moresby, Aurora FC will take on the Young Bester FC side, and Eastern Stars will meet Gigira Laitapor Morobe FC, while in Ley, Morobe FC will take on Admiralty at the Sir Ignatius Kilagi Stadium. We've come to the end of another great show. A reminder that if you have any sports stories that you'd like us to feature on Hotspot next week or during the year, please drop us an email at emtv.com.pg, visit our Facebook page, or drop by to 2nd floor Garden City and ask for either Jeremy, Godwin, Lorraine, or myself, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Now let's take a look at our weekend draws.